Hey everybody, we're back with another video game opinion and review. This time we're going to be doing RoboCop Rogue City. This game is based on the material from the movies. If you've seen them, then you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, well, buckle in, we'll go through it. This game was released on November 2nd, not too long ago, and it's developed by Teon. It is an FPS with some exploration and RPG elements in it. And what I'm going to do is go through the pros and cons and let you guys know what I'm thinking and how I felt about the game. So let's start with the pros. Pro number one would have to be the fact that this is a pretty solid, I won't even call it an attempt because it's, I mean, yes, an attempt technically, but this is a pretty solid licensed game based on RoboCop. If you're someone who watched the movies and really enjoyed them, you're going to get a lot out of this game. If you're someone who didn't, you're still going to enjoy it. At least I think you will. If you like first person shooters with, a pretty good story and some, other things to do besides blowing, robots as you see in this video or, it's criminal scum, we'll say. This game is pretty good. I was kind of surprised by how I was someone who watched RoboCop back in the day. I don't remember much about it. Of course, the character himself's iconic. So anywhere you see that picture, you're like, oh, that's RoboCop. But I'm not someone who's a fanatic, so I really appreciated the game for what it was, being a licensed one. The second pro would have to be the voice acting. They did retain the original voice actor from RoboCop, so he's in it. As far as everyone else, I'll say they were inspired by the previous. I'm pretty sure I read an article saying a lot of them were inspired and used the original voice actors as some, guidance to what they wanted to do. And the voice acting is really good in this game. It really is. Pretty impressed with it. As far as my next pro, it would have to be that I was surprised with how deep this game is. I thought it was just going to be a shallow, fun, blow everything up, cause a lot of carnage type of game. But no, there is some stuff in it like you collect, we'll say motherboards to upgrade your weapon, your main weapon. What you have it has infinite ammo. You don't have to pick up ammo for it. There are other weapons you can pick up, but the main weapon you'll be using a lot is the Auto 9. And there are motherboards you can collect, so you can customize them using different, we'll say, modifications that you also find and collect that are in containers. There's looting. There's also a skill system, and you level up. So there's that. So I didn't expect a leveling system with kind of a, not really a skill tree, but it's just attributes you pump points into. And also there's side quests in it. So I was surprised with how deep the game was. And then another pro would have to be that the game was a lot longer than I thought it would be, but it didn't overstay its welcome. I think I spent about 18 and a half hours. I played on the hardest difficulty, so it might have took me a little longer than some others because I did die a few times. The game itself is not overly difficult, but it still does pose a challenge. You can't just run in there with your, hands over your eyes doing, spraying everywhere on the hardest difficulty. You need to have a little bit of strategy and use cover. But with that being said, you are RoboCop. You are powerful. You're a tank. If you are doing the side quests and finding you will say the evidence that gives you XP, like there's like stolen wallets and purses and documents they give you XP. If you're finding those and just kind of playing the game, you're gonna level up and become really strong. So, and as far as the cons go, I don't have a lot of cons here. The first one had to be that it can get a little repetitive. I always talk about the gameplay loop. There is one a little bit. Like you have kind of a hub system back at the police station, and when you go there, sometimes you'll have side quests to do that are kind of nice. There's a shooting range. When you go to one of the main locations as well, you will revisit it. There's some stuff you can do there as far as, again, questing or like giving people parking tickets and stuff. But the main premise of the game is blowing stuff up, and it can get a little repetitive, but that's okay. I mean, I played the game some sessions 5 hours straight and was like, whoa, story really kind of took off, so hooked me a little bit. And then the other con would have to be I did encounter some audio texture stuff popping, or sorry, visual textures popping in and out. And then the audio in some cutscenes, either the voice acting would not queue up on time, so it would be delayed, or it wouldn't play at all, so there would be no voiceover for the scene. But it only happened once, and then the delay thing I think happened twice. So over an 18-hour experience, I can easily overlook that, but it's still worth mentioning. So that's what I think of RoboCop. As far as a score, I kind of was leaning back and forth on what I was going to give this game. And you know what? Screw it. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. An 8. This game shocked me. I heard it was going to be fun. I didn't think it was going to be this fun. Maybe I'm lucky because I haven't played a game like this in a while, so it resonated with me a little more than others. And again, I'm not a RoboCop fanatic, but I really like this game. I can see why it's gotten some buzz. So that's going to pretty much do it. An 8 out of 10 for RoboCop. If you're someone who's looking for a fun FPS that doesn't take itself too serious, it knows what it's doing, it's pretty true to the source material from what I hear. Again, I'd have to go back and watch RoboCop, which I'm kind of wanting to do now to see, you know, what I think of it. You know, what 30 years down forward, how long ago was that movie released? I don't even know. But anyway, with that being said, this game was a blast, literally, as you blasting things like robots. So if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. It helps. Also, if you're watching up to this point, really appreciate it. I know a lot of people just kind of like scrolling ahead to get the score and stuff like that. So thank you for watching this entire time. And also comment, like the video, all that kind of stuff. It means a lot. And I will try to get back to my regularly scheduled uploads of videos, but I've had a lot of stuff going on in my family, so it's been really tough. But we're going to do our best. But thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. Really good job, Taeyon. Very nice. I can't wait to see what you guys got in store in the future.